wasting guns for?
Enemy UAV overhead.
Fuck.
Yeah, you don't know. I got him.
Gas is moving in.
Oh, good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to give you guys my secret tip number 2 to take your sniping to the next level. This big tip comes with a bunch of little tips in between that all in all will help you improve your sniping tremendously. So the main tip is that you should always try to use one single sniper. Don't switch around between the Kar 98 and the Swiss, and then you go to the HDR, and then someone told you to use the M82. This just doesn't work that well. And this goes back to my belief and why you shouldn't be using variable zoom. The reason is because the more variables you put in your sniping gameplay, right? The more, let's say one time you're using the Swiss and you have to aim in a little bit further compared to the Kar 98, or the Swiss has less bullet drop, that affects your gameplay. So at the end, the best sniper isn't the one that just has less bullet drop and it hits instantly, the hit scan. Honestly, sometimes people are more comfortable when the gun has bullet drop, and that was the case for me. Before the Swiss was this powerful, the Swiss just had tremendous bullet drop, but for some reason I just played with that Swiss so much that I knew the bullet drop and I knew how far in advance I had to shoot an enemy if he was running. And I think that's why a lot of people like the Kar 98 and why they feel so good with it, because again, regardless of the stats, the most important thing is that you have that pattern memorized. You know exactly the bullet drop, so you know, let's say you're shooting someone 200 meters, 100 meters, your brain kind of knows, right? Because after playing with the same sniper for so long, you kind of get used to those shots, and those shots just become second nature without you needing to think. But every time you grab a new sniper or you change an attachment, it's like your brain has to reset everything that it learned and start all over. But now that's not to say that there aren't some snipers that do better things than other snipers, and that's what I'm about to tell you guys, so you guys can find what sniper is better for you. So let's talk with the most used sniper in the game, right? Which is the Kar 98. That's just being the most used sniper in the game. Now what the Kar 98 has, it has amazing ADS speed, right? You can zoom in insanely fast. It's got really nice crosshairs that just make it really easy to shoot with the gun, and as well, it's got one of the best bullet velocities in the game, and the bullet drop is just easy to find, right? It's just so easy to use this gun. So this gun is for anybody that either wants to be a pro, a beginner. Honestly, the Kar 98 is just good at so many things, and it's just one of the best. Now for my Kar 98 loadout, this is what I would usually choose. I'd use the monolithic suppressor. I'd use the longest barrel in its class. Tac laser, again, sniper scope. Do not use any variable zoom. No stock in this one, and I do like stippled grip. Stippled grip helps you with that aim down sight time, but it also helps you get your weapon ready to fire faster. Next up, we got the second most popular sniper in the game, the Swiss. And what does the Swiss have going for it? Bullet velocity, amazing on this gun. ADS, another amazing on this gun. But one of the most important things, it is the second highest damage sniper in the game. Number one is the ZRG. But the Swiss, if you hit those chest shots, if you hit those extremities, they're gonna do a lot more damage than any other sniper, including the Kar 98. So the Swiss is just one of those guns that is, again, easy to use, and when you hit people, it just feels good. And again, because of that high damage to the chest, even when you don't hit chest shots, that's why the Swiss is very, very good. You can hit that one chest shot and then immediately go push that enemy, and you're going to be in a real advantage. Now when it comes to the attachments, I like using the GRU suppressor on this one. I know like some people like using the sound moderator, but I don't really think that the extra speed is needed in here. I always think that with your snipers, the bullet velocity and the effective damage range is one of the most important things that you can use. For the barrel, we got the combat recon. For the laser, we got the SWAT 5 middle wide laser, giving us aim down sight time and aiming stability. For the stock, we got the Raider stock, and for the rear grip, we got the Serpent wrap. And then a third sniper in the mix that I'm gonna do a video solely on this one pretty soon, but the AX50 I believe is one of the most underrated snipers in this game. If you want the cleanest scope in the game and just it seems so easy to hit. Again, this one doesn't have the best bullet velocity and it doesn't have the best bullet drop, but for some reason, once you get used to that AX50, believe me, it just hits so good. And for the class setup on this one, we got the monolithic suppressor on the muzzle. For the barrel, we got the SingGuard Arms Pro. For the laser, we got the TAC laser, no optic on this one. Stock, we got the SingGuard Arms Assassin, giving us aim down sight time. And then for the rear grip, we got the stippled grip tape, giving us aim down sight time and sprint to fire time. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Again, try to use one sniper all the time. Again, the reason sometimes I switch snipers is I think I've mastered most of the snipers, and I just love switching in between them. But yeah, if you just want an amazing overall sniper, just go ahead and use either the Kar 98 or Swiss. Really, I know we've had the battle on which one's better, but at the end of the day, it goes down to kind of like the same idea on why you shouldn't switch snipers. It's just whatever feels better for you. That's the end game of the snipers. Honestly, the most important thing with the snipers is getting that headshot. So if you memorize the bullet drop and memorize how far in front you have to shoot and you hit those shots, honestly, keep using that sniper if it's working for you. And just like I said with my attachments, I always go with bullet velocity and with damage range, because most of the time, I mean, like for example with the Swiss, I don't switch that sound monitor because I've never been like, oh my god, I think I could have aimed just a little bit faster and I would have hit my shot. Honestly, like I said, I just always like to go for that extra bullet velocity. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you everybody for tuning in. Peace out, and I'll see you all in the next one.